Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for being patient. I'm hoping you all can hear me better on here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. Is this working better? Thank you all for joining. Thank you for those that downloaded the app. This is your first time even using Periscope, but you wanted to hop on to join in on the challenge so you can hear me good. Yes, we got it. Only took 5 tries. So, welcome to day 33 of 50 days to starting our grant writing business. 50 days to starting your grant writing business. This is day 33. We've been having really good discussions. Talking about all the tips, tools, and resources to getting started. We've talked about a number of topics. Yesterday was day 32, and I really wanted to highlight that you didn't have to stress or worry about getting a website to really leverage LinkedIn. So check out that replay. And today, the topic I wanted to talk about was how to stand out as a consultant, how to stand out even to your clients once you get your clients on board, and that it's really important to make sure that you are speaking to the work that they're doing and what really makes them unique. So if you're working with a nonprofit in your community and they provide like after school programs or after school services, you really want to talk to what makes their programs or services unique, because this is the type of language that funders like to hear. This is what the language that compels funders. You really want to speak to how their program stands out. So it's really important that you ask your clients specific questions to kind of pull this information out of them, because they work in it every day and they may not realize that it's unique. But I guarantee you there are probably 30 other after school programs, unless you're in a rural area. But if you're like in a metro area, I'm pretty sure there's 30 other after school youth services programs, job training in the community within like a 10-mile, 15, 20, or even 30-mile radius. So it's really important to speak to what makes their program stand out. This is where your expertise comes into play, and this is why they hired you, and you really want to speak to that. So it's important to speak to any type of validation that they have. If they're in, like, you're working with an organization in DC, they've worked with DC Gov, and they've spoken to the great things that they've done. The mayor may have come down, worked with, or spoke with the children, or just promoted the services that they do and the great work that they're doing. Really speak to that. Any partnerships that they have outside of just, of course, funders, but really speak to any recognizable brands like your Amazons, your Citibanks, even like a Whole Foods, local grocer. If they are doing anything where they bring their employees on site, they donate their time from these type of like organizations, that really can speak to the work that they're doing. And again, it's a third party validation that you really want to speak to when you're writing your proposals. If they've done any type of work with a management, like consulting firm, like a Price Waterhouse or Ernst and Young, or if they've done any type of evaluation on the organization and their outcomes, like for instance, they'll say this program is approximately $100 a day to put in the work or to do the service or to provide these type of services to students or to adults or whomever your constituents are. But we found that the money that goes into providing these services, including like programs, staffing, and overhead, we found that they're earning a $150 return on every dollar, or $50 return on every dollar. So you really want to speak to any type of third party validations you have, specifically with like a third party organization, like a management consulting firm, Price Waterhouse Coopers, again, your Ernst and Young. This is what they do. They come in and evaluate programs and services and speak to the impact that you're having in the community, the impact that you're having in a region. And you really want to highlight any type of evaluation or work that they've spoken to. There's also another management consulting firm. They do the similar work as Ernst and Young and like Price Waterhouse, called Bain and Company. We worked with them in the past. So really speak to, again, of course, you can talk about how great your program is all day. Even in internal testimonies from people that have gone through the program, those are always great. But what makes it powerful what really makes it stand out above the rest, what compels funders are those third party validations, again, from like your experts who really have no dog in the fight, like a PricewaterhouseCoopers. They have no reason to be convinced or compelled to say anything besides the truth, and that really is what attracts funders. So again, you could just say like our work costs us $100 to help educate a student per day, or 300 students per day, and every dollar invested is like a $50 return for every dollar invested. So you really want to like have those third party validations where they've done the work, they've done the research, and they've come up with this number and this figure that really speaks to the great work that you're doing. Outcomes are very important. Your program outcomes, the number of people that you impact, the number of lives that are changed. You really, really want to speak to that. So you really want to talk to your clients, talk to nonprofits that you work with to really get them to kind of speak this language by asking the right questions. And again, testimonials are always good, but what really makes it great is when you can speak to those type of partnerships. So I wanted to really share this information. Is something that's really good, and is something that sometimes may not be always just in the forefront, that sometimes may be forgotten about. But again, this is something funders want to hear, and is really, really important information. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Again, we're continuing on our journey to 50 days to starting your grant writing business. Again, this is day 33. I've been sending out tips, tools, and resources daily, sending out replays. You can get those on the email list. Just drop in your email at junefirstfirm.com. The link is in my bio. And you can just drop your email right into that, and you'll be on the list. So let me know if this was helpful for you just by putting yes in the chat. I did really want to speak to this because if you can really do a great job with the client, other nonprofits, or friends with other nonprofit organizations, and if I don't know too many people who can't use a grant writer, they can refer your services, and that's how your business can continue to grow from there. And your services will be in high demand, which is what you want. So again, hoping this was great. Hoping this was useful for you, and we'll continue on our journey. Again, the 50 days to start your grant writing business while you're at your 9 to 5. Again, today was day 33, and we'll be back tomorrow for day 34. We're on our way to 50. So thanks so much for joining. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Goodbye.